this is your reminder that everything is okay and you are okay and everything is always working out. Everything works out. Seriously, everything always works out. So I've been having car issues for like a month and a half, and there's been all different kinds of logistic things that I've had to do as far as like the car, dropping the car off, and managing my house sitting and juggling this, juggling that. It's all been all these balls up in the air that I've been doing this juggling act for the last several weeks. And it's been an interesting ride. And I have had somebody who has been able to help me, financially, where I had to pay for the repairs of the car because I didn't have enough money at the time. Money wasn't coming until all of my house sitting finished. And I was able to get that money forwarded to me and taken care of. And I've been able to figure all that out. But then there's been a couple other issues with the car, all this stuff. So the bottom line is the big thing, the oil leak is fixed, and that's great. But then the starter went. So starter's done, oil leak's done, we're good, okay? So then I've had house sits. I had one last week, I've had this one. So I had 2 house sits back to back. They were like overlapping, which was great. But then I knew I was gonna have these 3 weeks open before the next house sit starts, okay? So I was like, all right, I got to figure out accommodations. That's 3 weeks of accommodations I'm going to have to figure out. Hopefully the car works. And if the car works, then of course I can earn some more money to, put into the pot, So, but I was like, it's all going to be touch and go until I actually get the car. So whatever. So I was like, I'm going to try to do Airbnb this time. This is going to be my first time using Airbnb. I didn't know that you need to book a little bit more in advance, like at least 24 hours in advance, because hosts have 24 hours to respond to you. And I booked last night at 10:45, this one place, and she hasn't responded to me yet. So I'm like, so I wake up and I look and I don't see a response. And I'm like, all right. And I sent her another message this morning. And she hasn't responded to that. So I'm like, now at this point, I'm hoping she just doesn't respond, because I did the Klarna ForPay and Klarna took out a chunk of money. But if she doesn't respond, then everything just gets expired and it cancels. And that's really ultimately what I would really love for it to just happen now. The reason I say that is because I was like, that was going to be 10 days that I had paid for, right? So as I'm running an errand just now, I finished doing a drop-in visit for the dogs up the street from where I'm at now. And then I was like, I'm going to go to AutoZone because I got another little code coming up on the car that they had to check the engine light this morning. And that's for the emissions. So I was like, I went to go get this stuff from AutoZone to hopefully help with something, right? So on my way back, I get a text message from another of my clients whose dog I had 2 nights ago. I had him overnight here. I just brought him, I was with him most of the evening, and then I just brought him here to sleep, and then I took him back home. So she messages me just a few minutes ago and says, Nicole, is there any possibility you can either take Bruno or come and stay? My nephew back in California just had a serious accident, and I'm here with my mother, and we have to fly back to California, and my husband's traveling till at least Saturday. Could you come? I was like, I absolutely can come and stay. So do you see how these things just happen? I have this non-responsive Airbnb host. I had all this chunk of money that had already been, taken out, and I didn't know what I was going to do yet. And I said, I'm just going to wait until I'm done here at this house today. As the night gets later, I'll then book my room and figure out what my next move is. And at this point, like I said, I just want everything to just expire and let it just go, because that's the best alternative at this point, because now I have 3 nights of accommodations. 3 nights of accommodations that I don't have to worry about, that I don't have to put any money out, because I've put out so much money this past week, right? Between having the car towed, between Uber rides, between car rental and stuff like that, enough's enough, right? So my point is that you will get support and the help you need in unexpected ways that you can't even actually anticipate, because How could I anticipate one of my clients' nephew getting into an accident across the country and her having to fly home? Okay? And the fact that I have somebody who can help me in financial pinches to front me money when I don't have it in that immediate moment. These things are crucial, that have been helping me navigate my life right now. And it's been, it's amazing. And I had a conversation last night where I feel like I'm still in that cycle where the money just keeps getting just like there's a hole in the bucket and it just keeps siphoning out. It's just hemorrhaging out. This is the conversation I was like, this is the repetitive cycle of my life. Is this my life script? I don't know. I was going through all these not existential, but all of these kind of like self-doubt, like I'm not making progress. At least that's what I was telling myself. But then look what happens. These kind of things fall in line. So this should serve as a reminder and as evidence that this truly supports you and works out for you. Okay? All right, so I'll get my money back for the stupid Airbnb and we'll all be good. And I get to mute my Bruno for 3 days. 4 days, 3 nights, 4 days. I love my Bruno. All right, bye.